أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم من جديد مع برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي. كما عودناكم في كل أسبوع نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات، قصة نجاح أتتنا إلى الدولة منذ عام 2013. Mr JS Anand, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are so lucky to be here with you in your company. Our team said to you, welcome in our program. And we would like to know about yourself. Who's Anand when he comes to this country at the first time and what he's doing at this moment.
Thank you for having me. I came in 2013. I came in as an employee purely because at that time Dubai had a lot of opportunity and new hotels were opening up, and of course we were also looking at the possibility of getting Expo 2020 at that time. So I got an opportunity here with Holiday in Al Barsha, which is on Sheikh Zayed Road. And that's a 300-room hotel. So I became a general manager there. And sorry, that's a great opportunity for me to get into the market because I came straight from Canada, came from Toronto. My background has been in hospitality for the last 22 years. I started my career in India, and then I moved on to working with Marriott and Hilton hotels, but I worked in different countries. I worked in Philippines, Thailand, England. Then I went to Vancouver, Toronto. I was in Canada for about 7 to 11 years, and I did multiple positions because I think the advantage we have from learning from the West is how tight they run a business and how they run hotels with the right kind of staff and being cost effective. So North America is definitely a great opportunity to learn from. But what happens in North America is that you don't get multiple opportunities, and because the markets are developed, you can't get opportunity to grow or try something new. And at that time, I think Middle East, Dubai has been exponentially improving and growing since 1995. So 2013 was also a good time to get in. A lot of new construction and happening. So I got my first opportunity. I gave it a couple of years, and then I went to Grand Excelsior and Golden Tulip as GM. And I think the first initial years was basically trying to understand the Middle East market. For me, I don't typically start something till I don't understand it. So you have to know the business norms. You need to understand how hotels work here, how do you work with government, how do you work with municipality, tourism, civil defense, the whole 9 yards. So I think the exposure was fantastic, and Dubai is such a volatile market that you can't say there is one specific market that comes here. You have people coming in from all over the world. You have people coming in from Asia. You've got people coming in from Europe, which has been traditional. And of course within the GCC, because Saudi Arabia has been a very big feeder market here. So I think the job opportunity was definitely much better in Middle East than North America for me. That's why I was here.
When we talk about the difference between Toronto and UAE or Gulf, let's talk about the weather. First day for you in this country, how it was, 2013.
I think it was shocking actually, initially, because we went to the outlet mall. I remember that day still. It was an outlet mall. I had rented a car and I was staying in Arabian Ranches, and the temperature was 52 degrees. So that was shocking when the whole whole car was really hot at that time. But I don't think temperature is a deterrent in any sense, because if you live within Canada, you deal with minus 40. Here you're dealing with plus 40. So I think summer traditionally, the People think that, there is no business, you can't do much, but that's not true. I think summer is a great time to come here too. I think Saudi is already hot right now. I've been there 2 days back, but so I don't think the temperature was an issue for me at all.
When we talk about 2009, after the crisis happening in the world, Dubai start going and grow fast, same like before. When we talk about 2013, it was the hotel time, our hotels time. So many hotels, many challenges in the market. As a general manager, how did you prove yourself in this market? Thank you.
I think as a general manager, you have to be on the ball, you have to be hands-on, you have to understand your market. I think I'm a very result-oriented general manager. I'm a very result-oriented strategy person. So we look at feeder markets, we steal share. See, if you're going to have more hotels coming in the market, that means there is going to be competition in rates. The supply is going to happen. But you also have to understand one thing, that the vision of the rulers was get hotels in every affordable segment. So if you want hotels in every affordable segment, you're going to have additional supply within 3 and 4 star segment. Luxury, Dubai doesn't have a problem because Dubai has a lot of luxury hotels. But that's where the market had a gap between the 3 and the 4 star. So rates did get affected. But honestly, I think the success of any brand is purely being cost effective, marketing strategies, penetrating in the market, understanding your customers, and very simple, get your team to perform. There's no logic behind that. Everything is result oriented for me. So my teams, they do perform, and they're given the right tools to perform.
6 years was enough for you to start your own company or business here?
I don't think I can take it as a number of years, but I think with the dynamics of how Dubai works, I think it was pretty easy to understand how systems work here. You do have the tools which come at a cost, but you do have all the support system to start a business. It's not that difficult if you have the right paperwork and the right markets you're getting into. But yes, I did have the knowledge to launch what I was looking for.
Let's compare the UAE or Dubai and the other world, or all the world between the hotels. So what's the difference between hotels here and outside this country?
I think I can sort of give you a comparison between Europe, Africa, and Middle East. I don't want to name specific markets, but I will say our service levels, we have graduated far more. The dynamics of having multiple nationalities is far more in this country compared to Africa or Europe. I think service levels differ and it comes at a cost, but service levels are far superior in Dubai compared to, Dubai and adjoining, compared to other European or African markets.
When we start a business, so we would like to choose always the team that they will be with us, the family of your business. How did you choose your team? We're talking about 600 employees, you know almost all. How did you choose them and how did you treat them?
See, first of all, I just want to go back a step and say that we wanted to create a brand within the 3 and the 4 star segment. The brand we were creating was more like a funky lifestyle brand, and it is not easy as a general manager out of the blue and trying to build something which is homegrown, because you're competing with the big boys. Now, when you want to create an international brand and when you want to create a competitive brand, which owners, because see, our first hotel is leased and owned, this one, which is with Wasl Properties. But Leva Mazaya Center is leased and owned right now. The other hotels which I have are all hotel management agreements, HMAs. So we work with them on hotel management agreements. When you want to build an international brand, you have to take the time to know who you want on board. Because if you're creating something which is going to compete with the big boys, you need to know what you are creating and why you're creating that. So I hired the team from Fairmont. I got a housekeeper from there. I got some people from Millennium, from Sheraton, from One and Only. So the team that I brought on board was strategic because, see, the mindset that I come with is only with two brands that I worked with for a longer period, which is Marriott and Hilton. So that's all I know. I know how these international brands work. But obviously, we will not compete with those kind of big boys because they are way superior and we don't have that kind of bandwidth.
And now we are talking about 90 branches over the world, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you start the first branch out of UAE?
29th November 2018 was the first hotel, Leva Mazaya Center, which is 4-star hotel and suites with about 184 rooms. Sorry.
And then which country?
See, we wanted a proof of concept. Any owner who wants to work with you wants to see what you have. So we created something which was based on art, design and technology, cost effective, easy to convert, easy to work with, whether with an existing hotel or building a new one. And we also have an architect and design on the team. Based on that, we decided to enter Africa. Africa, we came up with the first opportunity that was in Uganda. Uganda came up because obviously people started talking about Leva in Dubai. We are pretty strong in our marketing. And also for 7 months, this hotel was number 1 on TripAdvisor. Now, number 1 on TripAdvisor in Dubai out of 947 hotels is not easy. So people started giving us the exposure. We got the right team on board for PR. Our marketing was very solid. I started getting into some strategic partnerships in Africa. So I started talking to consultants there. So we got some hotels in Ethiopia. We got some hotels in Uganda. And then finally we entered Nigeria. And we are looking at Rwanda, we're looking at Angola, we're looking at Kenya. So I've hired a specific person who's based out of Ethiopia now, who looks after the African market.
Yes, Ethiopia now, also KSA and Gulf in general, so they invest for many projects there. So Ethiopia, it's the future they are still, right? Mm-hmm. And for the concept that you built it, or the infrastructure for your business idea, so what it was, so what you built on it?
What I built was affordable 3 and 4-star hotels. Mm-hmm. We landed up getting 5-star hotels in Nigeria and also in Uganda. We generally try to be more cost effective than an international brand. So we are 30 to 40% lower on construction and design. We're generally probably about 17 to 18% lower on cost because we run a very tight ship in terms of running a hotel. In terms of fees, we are also very competitive. We don't work on many fees with different, we don't work with 7 or 11 kind of fees. I think the question is that we came up with something which was a lifestyle, hassle-free. So you have a product, you have specific kind of rooms, you have a market, like a grocery store. We came up with a different concept on food and beverage, where I tied up with one of the top restaurants, health food restaurants called Baker's Kitchen. He's right now in the lobby. He's doing a baking class. He runs about 6 or 7 restaurants with health food like vegan, gluten-free. So we tied up and I started taking his concept into all my hotels. So he's a baker by profession, but everything he has is healthy. So he handles the full food and beverage for my hotels in certain locations. And some of the owners want different concepts. So for example, in Uganda, we came up with a Brazilian steakhouse. We came up with a Big Ben British pub. We came up with a baker's kitchen. We came up with an all-day dining. So it depends on the market. We come up with different concepts. But that's within the portfolio of what food and beverage we have.
Always in this business or in the hotel, the people looking always for services and hospitalities. That's very important for them. To treat our team for that, we need to give them some special training, right? You give them this training?
First of all, service is not a compromise in my business. We practice true hospitality. We don't talk about it, we do it. We make sure that our team doesn't do too many meetings. We make sure the team is focused on the customer. We make sure that there are no internal meetings, but take care of the 200 or 300 people here at breakfast and others. I have a company which is based out of New York. It's called Next Gen. They formulate our training programs through our HR. And like them, I have a company called Review Pro, which does my reputation management. Then I have a PR company, which you know, Matrix. Then I have branding and others, all of them together, and a PMS system. I think we don't go for generalized training. We go for specific training. That is required. We don't go for trying to show the number of training hours that we require to do. We go for specifics, taking care of the guests, taking care of your grooming. How do you answer them? How do you make sure that you attend to problem resolution and guest recovery? Like that.
2019, your first branch, right? So when we talk about this time, we need to talk about Corona that time.
Yeah.
Corona was with or against you?
The best country in the world that handled Corona was UAE. There's no question. I think we closed down the airport on March 17th, 2019, if I remember. And we opened the market in July of the same year. The way the market was handled, the way it was controlled, we are no different in handling Corona. We were different in handling it in a better way from a medical and structural standpoint in taking care of people. But I didn't see Corona as a problem because we, in 2019, 2020, 2021, we signed 5 more hotels. So I think success is something, if you want it, no pandemic can stop you. It doesn't matter. And there is a support system by the government that supported us to do business. They didn't close down everything. What was the difference? The difference was you have to take a pass and go outside for meetings. That was the difference. Controlling COVID. See, COVID was just lethal for everybody in the world. It was tough. But you know what? The best part is coming out of it, we have become stronger.
In the business, always we are talking about the chance and the opportunity for everyone. When we talk about opportunity, so UAE opportunity for everyone over the world. The challenge in the market so high. How we can improve ourselves in this market and keep always in the top?
You're talking about UAE or us as investors?
You.
Oh, me. Okay. See, the support system in UAE is brilliant. And to be very honest, it becomes tougher for a homegrown brand. I think homegrown brands need to be recognized more. We need a voice to talk to people. We need a voice where we are given the opportunity. Now, this particular hotel belongs to one of the ruling families, members of the ruling family. You look at how we have converted it, and we brought it to number 1 in the market. I consider Mazaya Center for me as a landmark. This is the oldest mall in the city, but people have forgotten it. It is 1999 it was built. And we need to do more with this mall. Also, see, there is a modern side of Dubai. There should be a cultural side of Dubai. This is culture. This culture we can't avoid. I think the support system has to be much more. We have a great support system for the business. We have a very aggressive tourism department. They do a great job globally. But I think there are opportunities because of the size of the market and what we have to show. I think we should do more international conferences. We need to. Because that's how people survive in places like Europe and Canada and the US. We have the opportunity of having a great convention center, and we need to build on more conventions. Dubai is just the right location for conventions, surely because the rooms available, the location of the convention, and the flights that can be connected from every part of the world. Today, you want to touch US, you have multiple flights. Today, you want to touch Australia, there are multiple flights. Every city in Europe is connected, every city in Africa is connected. And along with the conference, Dubai becomes lucrative on the leisure side also. So it becomes a good combination. For me as an entrepreneur, I would say I would need support systems to grow my business, more recognition. I'm a homegrown brand. I'm very small, but I need some part of the government to recognize what we do and how will they help us to move forward.
Sheikh Mohammed, His Highness, he mentioned in 2017 that he was focusing in tourism medical. So the people who are coming here for medical or for clinics. The location of your hotel, it's near to these clinics in Jumeirah, right? Do you have any visitors that's for medical?
We do have business that comes for mainly for some sort of treatments on weight loss. We get business for hair transplantation. We get that kind of business because this entire stretch at the back, we have a lot of clinics here. Plus, we have some clinics in Mazaya Center also. Is that the main segment? No, it's a part of the segment.
Always in the business, also His Highness mentioned that it's not to sit in the chair, that's the business, to find someone to sit in the chair. How did you choose your managers in the business?
If they sit on the chair, I would not hire them.
True.
So it's a pretty simple dynamic. If you're hired to run a business, you need to. I'm a person who would clean the floor. I would. His Highness, when he started Dubai was sand. Look at where it is today. Leaders need to be lead by example. My managers, I have a very simple philosophy. I told you that you have to cater to the guest, take care of your own people, that is our staff, make sure they get all the benefits, because if you have a happy staff, you have a happy guest, they take care of them. And I look for attitude. Technical knowledge can come in the job, so in any sort of environment, you need the right attitude, the attitude to deliver, the attitude to understand that Leva is not a company where you can just make a salary. Leva is a company you can make a career. So that's why we built Leva. If you're looking for a job just to get salary, don't come to Leva. If you want to grow the brand and grow with the brand and get more money, that's Leva.
Mr. Anand, when you find time for yourself, if we talk about branches, employees, time management, so when you have time for your family, for yourself?
Unfortunately, my time in Dubai is not more than 4 or 5 days a month. I just came from Jeddah yesterday. I go to Riyadh tomorrow. Then I go to Berlin, then to Nigeria. The thing is that I have hired somebody to run the hotel, and I like it remote controlled because I hired the people that can manage the business. I have to go out and meet a lot of people. So when I come back home, I generally tend to go and spend time with my family. I tend to spend time with my animals. I don't have children. I go fishing in Ajman. I do a lot of fishing there. I think the time also comes back when I come back and meet my team, because they need positive reinforcement. They need the energy, the courage. And my team goes to all locations to train people in all different directions. So the time for me is limited, but there's lots to do in this part of the world, so you cannot get bored.
If we ask you about the character that you have, it, who built it or who supports you in your life? Who's the person who gives you this energy, this power?
Wow, that's a difficult question, but my parents.
How?
My dad was a doctor and my mother was a doctor. Both of them were very passionate people. They worked in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. And the ethics they had was very simple. Nothing comes easy in life. You have to work for it. Don't try to take a shortcut. Don't be dishonest. Don't try to make an extra dollar which you don't deserve. So when I saw my parents working in Iraq during the war, in Saudi Arabia, the education that I got, mainly in hospitality and as a graduate, and then the exposure I got with one of my mentors who was German himself, and he's now living in the States, he guided me through my career in terms of what sort of decisions I need to make. So my philosophy is pretty simple. I mean, I'm a result-oriented man. I have very strong principles and ethics. I don't deviate from them. And if I talk, I give results. Otherwise, I don't talk.
And the businessman, there is a woman, right?
I think I would give that. I would give that credit to the partner I have in my life, in terms of my wife, and I think we went through a lot of hardships. We went through different countries. We lived in different countries. We lived in Canada, and Canada is a country which breaks you down to pieces in terms of understanding the business. So I think she's a great support system. She's a fantastic support system, because you will have days when there are ups and downs. You will have days when you have success, so you want to celebrate that with somebody. And along with the woman in my life, I think I would say my team. I have a great team. They're very, very passionate, and they don't work as a job. They take care of Leva as their own family.
Dubai is a target for many people coming from out of this country as an employee or people come to invest here. Always they need advice from the people who have fair enough experience in this country. What's your first advice for any newcomer coming to this country?
Be smart, be strategic, what business you're getting into. Don't overcrowd certain segments. If you're coming with something, come with something unique, out of the box. Study the market, do your feasibility. Don't just blindly come in and make a restaurant or something. I mean, understand the market, what the market needs. Do your groundwork, that's crucial. There is opportunity for every single segment in this market, but you need to know what you're creating.
Finally, this country with this opportunity that we have, it built from His Highness Sheikh Zayed, the first step, and son of Zayed, they make you number one in the world. Peace and safe and security here, I think we cannot compare it with anybody outside, because you eat the best always. What we will say for the leaders and government for all this opportunity?
I would love to thank the leaders who have given us an opportunity to do business in the country, and the support system they give us and the technology they've brought into the market. I think no better place to do business and grow the way we have grown, and giving us the tools to be successful. So I'd really like to thank His Highness for the opportunity for us to set up a new hotel brand in the Dubai market.
And from our side, we will say to you, thank you so much for spending your time with our team, and we'll come again our program. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure.
في كل إمارة تروح تسندك عقل وروح، بر ومدن وجبال، حاجة ترد الروح.